There's a couple things hunters want to be aware of before they go into the War Within, including the best spec, pet, and talents you want to take into Khazalgar. Let's get right into it. For the best spec to take into Khazalgar and through your leveling journey in the War Within, you want to take Beast Mastery. Beast Mastery is a great option because it opens up more pet options for you to be able to take into delves and world content. And Beast Mastery has always been the master of world content in general. Now, granted, I'm biased. I love this spec so much. Now, let's take a look at some of the goodies we're going to get in with these new talents. A lot of this is your standard affair. We are going to be picking up Call of the Wild as our large cooldown that we can take out for those elite challenges and delve bosses as we're leveling. Piercing Fangs is going to give us that extra critical strike damage, which is going to stack really nicely when we take a look at Basilisk Collar, which is going to increase our damage over time, which we're really getting over here in our pack leader hero tree. We're going to be picking up Call the Herd, which is going to add a nasty bleed on our kill shots. And also we're going to get some added synergy with Call the Wild by picking up Pack Assault. Pack Assault is going to make sure that both Vicious Hunt and Pack Coordination are going to always be active during Call the Wild, which we can take a look at Pack Coordination up here. We're going to get that extra attack every time we barb shot, and we're resetting the cooldown on barb shot anyway as we work our rotation. And then also Vicious Hunt is going to make our kill commands way more powerful. Don't forget, we get some added more AoE with Explosive Shot over here in the generic hunter tree. All around, with the uncapped AoE potential of Beast Mastery hunters, you're going to be heading out into all of those bonus objectives and AoEing everything down in sight, as well as cleaving your way through the delves very quickly as well. This spec is really a delve monster, especially when you take a look at the pet that we can take in there as well. Now, when it comes to rotation, it's just going to be a priority list. The main thing you want to do on Beast Mastery Hunter is that you want to use Bestial Wrath when it's up, and you want to maintain three frenzy charges, and at the same time maintain 3 Thrill the Hunt charges. Both frenzy and Thrill the Hunt are going to be triggered by barbed shot, and you're going to have a couple charges of this to use at any given time. You can hold 2 charges of this spell. So we initiate the fight with a Hunter's Mark, Bestial Wrath at the beginning, because our barbed shots, each one of them is going to reduce the cooldown on Bestial Wrath again. After getting to 3 stacks of our frenzy and Thrill the Hunt, we just want to be jamming kill commands as much as we possibly can. This is where our damage comes from. And always kill shot when it's our cooldowns, our big cooldowns, if it's going to be a lengthier fight. So we want to do, at the point that we have 3 charges, we want to go ahead and put out our Call the Wild and Dire Beast, because these are both going to benefit from having 3 stacks of frenzy on there. From there, it's smooth sailing because you have everything stacked up. You're jamming your you're jamming your kill commands, and then you're just maintaining your frenzy stacks by just barb shotting before it goes off. It's nice and simple. The only thing that's different when you go into an AoE situation, when there are more mobs, and when you are in an AoE situation, you're just going to be using multi-shot to maintain another buff called Beast Cleave. And that's going to make your kill commands hit everything around them, and then they're also going to have their attacks just hit all around your beasts. And this gets really nice once you have Call the Wild up, a whole bunch of beasts, and Beast Cleave. All of your pets out, Dire Beast, Call the Wild up, and you're using Beast Cleave, you're just going to see numbers fly. If you're a complete beginner getting started with the game and just getting started with the rotations, I'm going to link 2 different add-ons in the description. One's called Doom Cooldown Pulse. It's on the left there where you see the flashing icon once something comes up, and then Hekili is going to feed you a command list of the thing you should do next, each spell you should do in your rotation one at a time, and it's going off of simulation data to suggest you the next spell. The thing about Hekili is I mainly suggest you use it when you're just attacking dummies and just trying to get your fingers warmed up with just understanding the rotation and everything. Using it in like an actual fight, if you're staring at this instead of what's going on the screen, then you're going to get yourself killed, but at least it's a good starting point for a beginner to start learning a rotation. Get yourself a Clefthoof before you head into the War Within. You will not regret it. Clefthoofs are an exotic pet, so only Beast Mastery hunters can train them. And the great thing is that you're going to get a lot of durability in this package because you get thick hide, which is going to give a shield wall ability automatically applied to your Clefthoof or your pet once it gets low on health, combined with the fact that we have Blood of the Rhino, which is going to increase the armor that it has, but also increases the healing that it gets or healing received relieved by healing effects. This is going to be Mend Pet, and also it's going to stack with Predator's Thirst. Because it is a frosty pet, it's going to get 4% leech at a base, which is going to be more powerful because of Blood of the Rhino. And also on top of all of this, you walk around with the ability to put yourself into a bloodlust. Clefthoofs are the all-in-one when it comes to just a monstrous pet that can take on just about any challenge you throw at it. Now, say you want a really cool one walk into the War Within. I could not recommend any more than Faultline. Faultline you can pick up over in Blackrock Foundry. To get Faultline, just head on up to Blackrock Foundry in Gorgrond. This is in the Warlords of Draenor expansion. Make sure you're on Mythic difficulty, and then you're looking for the boss Darmak. It's the second door to your right as soon as you go into Blackrock Foundry. To get Faultline, you just need to use unarmed strikes, like take all your gear off, do unarmed strikes against the boss. Every 20% health, he's going to summon a new creature, and then the last one he summoned, at least for me, was Faultline, and you can just go ahead and tame Faultline as soon as he comes out there. Just make sure you dodge his spears as he's throwing them down, or he's going to stun you for a good amount of time, and it'll eventually let loose, but it takes a really long time. And for the most important tip that I could give any hunter heading into Khazalgar, heading into the War Within, empty out your pet slots. You're going to be getting new pets that are going to be available in Khazalgar, and you want to make sure